This is State of Michigan versus Christopher Allison. Case 24058651001. Today is the date set for a bond redetermination hearing. Appearances, please.
Thank you, Judge. Steve Benson for the people, P 71917.
Good morning, Your Honor. Neighborhood Defender Service by Cheryl Quick, P83973, on behalf of Christopher Allison, who's present via Zoom from the Wayne County Jail.
All right, today is the date set for the bond redetermination hearing. Bond is set intentionally unaffordable. Ms. Quick, as to bond.
Your Honor, we're asking the court to reduce the bond at least to giving him a 10% provision. Mr. Allison is a lifelong resident of Detroit. His family lives here. His children live here. He did turn himself in, is my understanding, when he learned of this warrant. My review of his history, and there is some history, showed no capious history, and all of his history appears to be drug-related, nothing assaultive that I could find. If he would be released, he would be living with his family here in the city. I do believe that Mr. Allison is on federal probation, so he would be monitored. I do believe also that if the court has any concern about contact with the complaining witness on this case, that could be resolved through a GPS tether. I don't believe that Mr. Allison is currently employed, but certainly if he were to obtain employment, we could ask the court at that point to amend the tether. Mr. Allison, did you have something to say about the employment situation?
Yes, I was probably working. I was just released from prison in June, so my probation officer made me get a job. I was working at the barbershop as an assistant, like cleaning and assisting the stylist in the barbers from Monday through Friday from 10 to 4. And I'm a caregiver for my mother. She has kidney failure, kidney infection.
And so, Your Honor, I think we would be fine with a house arrest. I think he'd be obviously living with his mother in the city, and then with hours out to go to the address where the barbershop is located from 10 a.m. to maybe 5 p.m. Give him some time to get groceries or whatever he might need to for the house.
All right, thank you, Ms. Quick. Mr. Vincent.
Judge, with all due respect, and I know defense counsel is at a disadvantage, she may not have the ability to see what I have, but he just pled to an assault and battery in June of 22, and then he ended up getting jailed for that. And he's on probation, and as sincere as the defendant sounds regarding taking care of his mother, apparently he didn't put his mother in the list of priorities, you know, when it came to what he was doing, because this event allegedly occurred less than a month ago where he ended up stabbing an ex-girlfriend in the back, literally. So with all due respect to what's going on or what he's doing or responsibilities domestically, yeah, he put that aside, allegedly, when he ended up performing this act. So respectfully, Judge, I have this as a $50,000 cash assurity tether house arrest. We're going to ask you to continue this. He fled after this allegedly occurred, and the victim in this matter did ID the defendant as the offender.
Where is the conviction for the assault and battery? Is that
Roscommon County?
Where's that at? Is that
82nd district?
I was in the
Mr. Allison, please just.
I'm just trying to explain the charge.
No,
I know you're trying to explain, Mr. Allison, but I don't want you to say anything that could possibly incriminate you. Do you want to speak to your attorney in a breakout room?
Yes, please, sir.
All right, 1 second. All right, I got Mr. Allison back. Ms. Quick, is there anything further?
Yeah, Mr. Allison wanted the court to understand that the Roscommon assault and battery misdemeanor he was actually incarcerated. That's a facility, a federal facility there. And there was apparently a fight inside the facility. And he ended up being charged. And I know I don't need to remind this court, but I don't have any of the discovery, so I'm at a disadvantage. But Mr. Allison is presumed innocent, and And so, you know, whatever the allegations are, the specifics of them, the allegation that he fled from the scene, I think is outweighed by the fact that he actually turned himself into law enforcement when he learned of the warrant. And I think that goes to show possibly that this allegation never happened. Or at the very least, that when he realized that there was a charge, that he came here to take responsibility for it, knowing obviously that he's on probation and that you know, there's a whole list of issues that he would face when he turned himself in. So I think that goes to show that he's very interested in resolving this case and that he's not trying to flee.
Well, I think it's evenly weighed. I wouldn't say outweighed. This is what I have. I have an assault between assault with a domestic relationship allegedly. I also have an assault of history, whether it was in custody or out of custody. It's an assault of history, and I have a person that's on federal probation. While I do believe that there is monitoring in place, I do have a concern of the safety of the public, and particularly this complaining witness. So I do believe that a high cash bond is necessary to ensure the safety of the public. Bond is going to remain the same in this matter. The next date is going to be August 20th, 2024, before Judge Jefferson.
Very good. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. That concludes the hearing. The person at Division 2, can you tell me your name?
Rayshawn Leonard.
All right, thank you, Mr. Hunter. I'm gonna call you next.
It's Mr. Leonard. I'm sorry about that. Mr. Leonard, I'm sorry about that.
One more time?
It's Rayshawn Leonard.
Okay, 1 second, Mr. Leonard. I'm gonna call you next.